Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCET and PBS SoCal, and I'm joined by the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. How is everyone today?
Good, thank you.
David, let's start with you. There has been a tremendous economic toll due to the pandemic. Where are we today?
The economic fallout continues to be staggering. California is now looking at a state budget deficit of $54 billion. That's bigger than the deficit we had during the Great Recession, and it's going to completely wipe out our reserves. We're also looking at an 18% unemployment rate. We know that already about 1 in 5 California workers has applied for unemployment benefits, but a lot of them are still struggling to get those benefits. For instance, today I had a story about professional actors. They're all pretty much out of work right now, but some of them are actually getting kicked off their unemployment benefits because of work they did years ago. That's because the state's unemployment system counts their residuals from past performances against their current weekly benefits. So this is just one example where people are really having a tough time getting through the state's complicated unemployment system, and the state is really struggling to keep up.
There are efforts underway to get the economy going a little bit more. It looks like we might have some businesses opening up tomorrow. And Lisa's been following what it will take and who actually gets to open.
Yes, we are entering phase 2. The state has a plan to reopen, and that's 6 metrics with phases on phases. LA County also has a plan. That's all about stages and batches. And then the city of LA also has a plan, and that's 5 key pillars. And if that sounds confusing, it's just because it is. But the thing you need to know right now is that starting tomorrow, some retail shops in LA can reopen, and the shops in this batch are the florists, toy stores, bookstores, clothing stores, music stores, and sporting goods stores. This is for curbside pickup only. All the actual shopping still needs to happen over the phone or online. And then the following day, on Saturday, the hiking trails and the golf courses reopen. And that's for most of the LA City and LA County run locations. Everywhere face coverings are still required, and so is physical distancing. There is also some official guidance out now to help business owners navigate their customer and employee safety. On the LAist website, we have a massive pandemic resource called the No Panic Guide, and you can find links to all of that guidance and more details in there.
Conversations are also underway right now about how to get Hollywood up and running again. And our show Air Talk had a segment on today that Matt produced where lots of people had lots of ideas about what needs to happen to get production back.
Really depends on who you ask, Adrian. Obviously, the big concern is that, there's content on shelves right now, but in a few months there might not be. And with no production going, there's not new stuff being produced. So folks that you might think probably are still working are. We heard from an animator today, a conductor, a voiceover actor, all of whom said they've kind of been able to keep things going by working from home. But then we also heard from folks who work on live action sets like directors and hairstylists and, production designers who said they're having to take real precautions and concerns about how are we going to make a movie when you can't have large groups of people. They're going to have to be, it seems, the bottom line is standardized safety precautions across the industry to decide things like how is food going to be monitored on set tables, how are actors and actresses going to shoot intimate scenes or romantic scenes, and will there be testing required? And that's not even to broach the subject of ensuring all of these productions. It's going to take a lot, but there does need to be some sort of organized, coalescing sort of standard safety measures that are put in place before production can really begin again in earnest.
And finally today, Robert has an update for us on the health impact and mental health impact that coronavirus is taking.
Sadly, LA County reported an additional 51 deaths today. We had 815 new cases. Our public health director stressed that even though some businesses are going to be opening up with restrictions like Lisa talked about, it does not mean that we're in a post-COVID-19 world yet. I've also been speaking with advocates this week who are worried about a looming mental health crisis. A crisis within a crisis is what State Senator Jim Bell called it. He heads up the Select Committee on Mental Health in the State Senate. At the same time, the virus is causing more people to reach out for help. You're seeing the state's prisons and jails releasing thousands of inmates, many of them who already had mental health issues. Advocates are worried about all of this because the state doesn't really have a plan right now for how to address this. Definitely not the money to deal with repercussions of the virus. And it's especially going to show up with our mental health services.
Well, thank you all at the KPCC and LAist newsroom, and thank you for tuning in. Keep healthy, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and we will see you tomorrow.